On offense, at quarterback, number 21, Owen Linsmeyer. At wide receiver, number 24, Cody Schmidt. At running back, number 34, Brett Merritt. Also at running back, number 38, Colton Kukulka. Another running back, number 41, Aaron Peckham. At guard, number 53, Dylan Bauer. At tackle, number 55, Johnner Allison. At guard, number 56, Trent Layton. At center, number 67, Wyatt Caberly. At guard, number 74, Ryan Coots. And at tight end, number 88, Hunter Miller. The Papermakers are coached by head coach Jason Becker and his assistants Randy Beek, Paul Lieber, John Kukulka, Pat Waltenberg, and Sean Woods.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Nekoosa in week number 2 of this high school football season. Another new face invades Holland Field today. Byron, Illinois comes to town. They'll take on the Papermakers in non-conference football action. My name is Tom Kurse. Joining me for this broadcast is cameraman Jim Allen. We're both certainly glad you could join us. As always, our thanks to Nekoosa High School and River Cities Community Access for assisting us in bringing you presentations of NHS sports. Nekoosa, fresh off a come-from-behind win last week, looks for their second win today against the Byron team, making their first ever appearance in the state of Wisconsin. The Tigers hosted this contest last season, came away 28-14 winners. Today, Nekoosa looks to avenge that loss and earn their second victory for first-year head coach Jason Becker. Byron is located about 15 miles southwest of Rockford, Illinois. The Tigers compete in the Big Northern West Conference. A year ago, they finished 7-3 overall and earned a share of that conference championship. Byron kicks the ball away. Nekoosa with the return. The Papermakers will have the ball on offense after Xavier Facente brings the football back to about the 25-yard line.
Papermakers will start on the 24.
Nekoosa with Owen Linsmeyer, a senior at quarterback. Colton Kukulka and Brett Merritt behind Owen. The slot back in Nekoosa's wing T formation, number 41, Aaron Peckham. Wyatt Caberly over the football for Nekoosa. As we saw a lot of last week, everybody tight on this first down play. Owen. Kukulka with a catch around the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup. Nekoosa's passing game last week wasn't real good, but they completed the big throw. The game winner, 14-yard pass from Linsmeyer to Hunter Miller in the fourth period. 1 for 1 here today for 5 yards. They'll run left. Peckham with the football, trying to get outside. Nice play made on the edge by number 11, Base Byers.
Aaron Peckham.
Boy, Byers was about the only thing between Peckham and a long run that time. Aaron still managed to pick up about 4 yards on the play. And maybe even a little more than that. I'm not sure if they're going to measure this or what.
Time out for a measurement.
Sure enough. Local crew refereeing this football game today. The referee is Dave Kirsten. Extend the chains, and it is a first down for the Papermakers. Beautiful day here at Holland Field. Summer-like day. Of course, it's still August. That last day in August, 85 degrees our temperature at game time. Nothing but sunshine above. Some serious tanning going on in the Nekoosa sidelines here today. Big run up the middle, that's Brett Merritt. He rips his way inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. 23 yards and another first down for the Papermakers. Brett had a great game last week. 111 yards on the ground on 26 carries, I believe. Off to a good start here today. Merritt inside, short gain this time.
Brett Merritt with the ball again, runs into the entire defensive line.
About 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8 coming up.
Second down.
Boy, Byron looks a lot like the University of Illinois out there, don't they? With those helmets and the colors, the brown pants, the orange hats. Again, their first game ever in the state of Wisconsin. 2nd and about 7 now for Nekoosa. Nekoosa turns it up, knocked out of bounds at about the 38-yard line, put on the ground by Sal Sanchez. Senior linebacker, good size on Sanchez, 6'3", 250.
Third down.
Still have about 4 yards to go for that first down. You know, like Nekoosa, Byron was hit hard by graduation. That conference championship they had last year was full of seniors, talented seniors. So a little bit of a building effort going on this year for Byron. Nekoosa's got a first down inside the 35 to about the 32.
Brought down by Connor Bonches. First down for the Papermakers.
So Nekoosa starts this drive from their own 25-yard line. And they've moved the football now for 3 first downs. 9:40 to play here in the opening period. Owen looks over the defense. Everybody tight for the Papermakers. Nekoosa in motion. Merritt with the football. Brett Merritt inside the 20.
Brett Merritt with the carry.
To the 17.
Carlson, another Nekoosa first down.
Nekoosa really chewing up the yards on the ground in this drive. 55 yards on the ground. And just 6 carries for the Papermakers.
Nekoosa with the carry. Nathan Gesselman with the tackle.
Colton tabs on another 5 here, maybe. Let's make it 4. 2nd and 6 coming up for Nekoosa. Papermakers a 23-19 winner last week over Amro. And they needed a big 4th quarter to do it. Outscored the opposition 10-0 in that final frame to get the win. Amro won, by the way, last night. They beat Winneconne, so they've got their first win on the year. Brett Merritt spins near the 10-yard line.
Merritt with the carry again, brought down by Connor Bonches.
About a yard short of the first down yardage, though. Make that a long yard. Position the ball just inside the 10-yard line. And the Papermakers need about the 7 for that first down yardage. 3rd down, long one. Nekoosa spreads things out this time. 2 receivers split wide right. Peckham has the football. He's got a first down. He's heading to the end zone. Touchdown, Nekoosa.
Papermakers.
So the Papermakers show a new formation for the first time in this ball game, and it pays off well. As Aaron Peckham takes it in from 9 yards out. Nekoosa on the board. They lead 6-0. Drive took about 4 minutes. 8:04 to play yet here in the quarter. Nekoosa marches 75 yards. Brad Savage tags on the extra point. 8:04 to play first period. Nekoosa 7, Byron nothing. Brad Savage will kick it away. 2 men deep waiting at about the 5-yard line. Good kick, and that's where that ball lands, right at the 5, picked up by number 10, Josh Larson. Larson breaks a tackle or 2 across the 30.
Austin Carlson with return, brought down by Colton Nekoosa.
And Byron will take the team as the offensive squad for the first time in this ball game. I have never seen Byron play before. I read that they are also a wing T offense. Got a big fullback, I'll tell you that. Big number 32 back there. Tyler Huddleston, 5'7", 200 pounds. Looked like Byron jumped a little early that time, but no flag. And the quarterback, Base Byers, keeps the football.
By Hunter Miller.
Hunter Miller on the stop for Nekoosa. Single back in the off behind the quarterback that time. Let's see if Byron's going to continue to do that. Again, Huddleston, the only back behind the quarterback. Wing back on the right side and left side. Receiver split wide right. Huddleston, short gain, if any. Tarek Tuttle came up from that linebacker position and put down the 200-pound Huddleston.
Brought down by Tarek Tuttle.
For no gain.
Short gain brings up 3rd and long.
So quickly the Tigers facing 3rd and long. Athletic Director Bob Ness dropped by before the ball game. He's told us he was talking to some of the Byron coaches, and they were telling him it was like 96 degrees this past week every day down in Byron. This is a bit refreshing for the Tigers. Byers under heavy pressure from number 56, I believe, Trent Layton. Threw that ball away. Nekoosa is going to get the football back. Colton Kokoka, single man deep to retrieve this punt by Daniel Falconer. Falconer, a 6 foot, 175-pound junior. No rush at all from Nekoosa. And Falconer hits a pretty good kick. It's going to kick sideways out of bounds just inside the 30.
Papermakers will start at their 28.
So Nekoosa started that first touchdown drive from the 25-yard line. They'll start this possession from the 28. See if Nekoosa can continue to pound the football against his Byron defense. Byron looks like a 4-4 defense. 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers. Short gain up the middle across the 30. I believe that's Trent Layton.
Kokolko with the carry. Excuse me, that was Brett Merritt.
Make that Brett Merritt, of course. Merritt picks up about 3 on the burst through the middle. Two wingbacks this time, a single back behind the quarterback. Owen finds a man in the middle of the field. That is number 4, Ryan Liebherr. And Liebherr takes that reception for first down yardage. 8 yards on the pitch and catch. First down number 5 now for Nekoosa. So Owen completed only 1 pass last week against Amro. He's also intercepted twice. This week a much better start. 2 receptions already here, or 2 completions already here in the first quarter. Merritt shut down that time. Maybe about a yard on the carry.
Second down.
Nekoosa had some problems last week with the heat in that game against Amro. Several occurrences of players cramping up during that ball game. A little warmer today, so we'll see what happens. Stuffed again is Merritt. Might have lost a yard this time.
Merritt with the carry, met right at the line by Nathan Getzelman.
Nathan Getzelman. 6'3", 250-pound senior defensive lineman on the stop that time. So back to the cramping issue. I talked to Dr. Pete this week, and he told me that they're really pushing fluids, of course, this week for Nekoosa players, or have been all week. Good stretching also, and magnesium. Try to counteract those cramps. Owen in trouble, got away. Down the field, got a man. That's Cody Schmidt at the 30. Cody turns on the Jets. He will score. Touchdown, Nekoosa. 60 yards. Owen Linsmeyer to Cody Schmidt. And with 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter, Nekoosa now on top 13-0. Boy, Owen made that play. Kept the play alive. Looked like he might go down. Got out of the pocket and found Schmidt open down the field. And boy, Schmidt showed some speed there in the end. Cody pretty much had to start from a dead stop position and then outrun the competition, and he did so fairly easily. Savage tabs on the extra point. 4 minutes to play. First quarter. It's now Nekoosa 14 and Byron nothing. Brad Savage puts a toe to it. Line drive squib kick this time. Dropped, but then picked up again by number 16, I believe that is. Make that number 15, Ethan Sprickler. And Sprickler is going to go down near the 10-yard line. Also a flag on the play. That laying at about the 27-yard line. So they spot the ball at the 11. Now let's check out the flag. I don't see much discussion about the flag yet. Well, maybe the referee is informed already. He's talking to Nekoosa captain Trent Layton. That's a hold, and of course Nekoosa will take the penalty. And it'll back Byron up to or back to about the 5 or 6 yard line. So Byron in a bit of a hole. Their second possession of the game. Ball is spotted at the 6. Quarterback Byers hands it off to the second man through. That's number 17, Austin Carlson. And Carlson across the 10.
Austin Carlson was the ball carrier. Second down.
So that time Byron going with 2 backs behind the quarterback. And it pays off as 4 yards picked up on first down by Carlson. 2 wingbacks this time, a single back again. That's Huddleston behind the quarterback. Huddleston, oh, ball's on the ground. Nekoosa says they have it, and the official agrees. Nekoosa with the recovery of the Byron fumble. Tyler Huddleston had a pretty good gain going that time. I think he probably had first down yardage or near it. But put the ball on the ground right at the 16-yard line. And Nekoosa with great field position now. Already leading in this contest 14-0. Linsmeyer. Oh, as he delivered.
Owen Linsmeyer with the keeper.
Number 55, Ross Sealby, came up and just nailed Owen that time. Put him to the ground in a hurry.
Second down.
About a pickup of about 1 yard on the play. Owen, I think, is still feeling that one. Look at the run by Merritt. Bowls over a tackler into the end zone. Brett Merritt, 16 yards. Touchdown number 3 for the Papermakers. They now lead 20-0 with 2:28 to play here in the opening period. What a run that time by Merritt. Broke a tackle to get through the front line, And then just ran over number 31, Connor Bonchaz, and stepped into the end zone. Senior Brad Savage nails his third extra point in the quarter. And Nekoosa in control. 2:28 to play, first quarter. It's now Nekoosa 21 and Byron nothing. Well, the kickoff team getting a workout here in the first quarter. Savage again puts the toe to it. Line drive picked up at the 5-yard line. Austin Carlson on his feet to about the 26. Good coverage that time by the Nekoosa special team. Again, Hunter Miller in on the stop.
Tigers start just across the 25.
Boy, Nekoosa really clicking on all cylinders thus far in this game. Base Byers over center. Two backs behind him. Hands it to the wingback. Austin Carlson to about the 29.
Carlson with the carry, brought down by Colton Kukulka. Second down.
Colton Kukulka and Brett Merritt in on the stop that time. Under 2 minutes to play here in the opening period. Second and about 6 now for the Tigers. Again, they run the football and nothing doing. That Nekoosa left side defensively with a great play. Hunter Miller stepping in there. And he didn't allow anything.
Third down.
Matter of fact, a loss of about 1 on the play. So again, third down facing Byron. Tigers without a first down here in the first quarter. They've run the football 6 times. They've thrown it once. Another throwing down here on 3rd and 7. They did hand it off, though. The wingback Carlson across the 30.
Austin Carlson again with the carry, brought down by Kukulka.
Austin
short.
make that Colton Kukulka with a stop. About 2 yards short of the first down. So 5 yards for Carlson. Byron with the offense on the field. Looks like they're going to go for it here. 4th down and a long 2. The ball on their 38-yard line. Sort of a desperate thing to do already in this ball game. We're still in the first quarter. Pays off, though, as Huddleston takes it right through the middle for about 5 and a first down.
Gerardo Gonzalez with the tackle. First down for the Tigers.
Gonzalez in on the stop for Nekoosa, but not until Huddleston had picked up that 5 yards, taking it up to the 39. New set of downs for the Tigers. Under 10 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Left side.
Dylan Carbutt, the runner.
Didn't quite catch the runner that time. I thought it was number 30, but I don't see a 30 in the program. Short gain, and with that short game comes the end of the first period. All Nekoosa in quarter number 1. Our score after 1, Papermakers 21 and Byron nothing. The second quarter begins with Byron facing a 2nd and 8, the ball at their own 41-yard line. Boy, again, it looked like this time there's going to be a penalty. That's about the 3rd time it's appeared that Byron's had a false start. The first time a procedure penalty is going to be called. First penalty of the game, by the way, on either team. Well, excuse me, there was one hold on Byron also in the first quarter. Nekoosa dominates the first quarter. Besides the scoreboard, they also dominate the statistics. 165 total yards for Nekoosa, 27 for Byron. Nekoosa with 92 yards on the ground, 73 through the air, And again, a procedure penalty coming up on the Tigers. Well, that's disappointing, huh? For Coach Boyer. His team makes one of the first good plays offensively of the night, getting that first down just before the quarter ended. And they start the second with back-to-back procedure penalties. Byer sends a man left this time, wide left. That's Trevor Watson. Everybody else tight, they run right. Dylan Garbutt with a nice run. Across the 35-yard line.
Garbutt with the run, brought down by Tarek Tuttle.
Tuttle in on the stop after Garbutt picks up about 7. And because of those procedure penalties, still 13 yards to go for that first down. Byron's a long ways away, but quite a few fans across the way. Made the long 200-mile trip up here to Nekoosa. They'll throw, got a man, overthrew him. Dylan Garbutt was open down the middle,
Dylan Garbutt, the intended
but base Byers simply overthrew him that time. And I would assume the punt team's going to come on again now for Byron. Sure enough, number 21, Daniel Falconer back to punt the football. And again, a flag before the ball is snapped. And I'm not sure which way this one's going yet. It's going to go against the Tigers. Their third procedure penalty. So Colton Kokoka moves up 5 yards. He's positioned now about the 35-yard line, awaiting Falconer's punt. First game of the year for Byron. And to be truthful, they're playing like it's their first game of the year. Bad snap, but Falconer gets the kick away. It's not a bad punt. It's going to turn out pretty darn good for Byron. Nekoosa really didn't have much of a rush on the punter, so Falconer had quite a bit of time to pick the ball up, collect himself, and knock that ball down to about the 35-yard line of Nekoosa. Papermakers 3 for 3 in possessions in that first quarter. 2 long drives, and then following a fumble, Nekoosa scored their third touchdown late in the first quarter. Spread offense this time, or formation, I should say. And Colton Kokoka avoids one man and knocked out of bounds near the 40-yard line.
Run out of bounds by Austin Carlson.
Colton with a nice job of just making positive yardage that time.
On the play.
The student athletes have been practicing on the football field now for about 4 weeks. The job gets a little tougher come next Tuesday when school starts. Back to school for everybody. True student athletes then. Merritt busts his way through inside the 45-yard line. Another Nekoosa first down. 17 yards on the pickup. Quickly, Nekoosa to the line of scrimmage. No huddle this time. They pitch it to Kokoka. Gets a good block from Holden. Colton got outside briefly. Picks up good yardage before he's brought down near the 37-yard line.
Trevor Watson in on the tackle.
And now we get a whistle, and Byron's going to take a timeout. So Nekoosa goes without the huddle for a couple of plays, and Byron doesn't like it. They take a timeout. 10:23 to play first half. 21-0 Nekoosa. Following the timeout, Nekoosa now 2nd and 2 with ball at the 37-yard line. Again, spread formation, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Man in motion. They try to run the ball straight ahead. And nice play in the middle of that line by number 52, Nathan Getzelman. Getzelman puts down Brett Merritt for a loss of about 3 yards.
Loss of a couple on the play. 3rd down.
So 2nd and 2 turns into 3rd and 5 now for the Papers. Schmidt lines up right. They go left, though. That's Miller, I believe. And Hunter has a first down inside the 30. Boy, Owen.
First down, Nekoosa.
Owen now 4 for 4 on the afternoon. 83 yards and a touchdown. Not a bad half. We still have 9:30 to play. Right at the 30-yard line is the football. Everybody tight again this time. 2 wingbacks, 1 in motion. And Nekoosa tried to run the counter, and Owen was lucky to end up with the football that time. Lots of penetration led by number 65, Noah Steer. Steer was all over Linsmeyer as he tried to hand that ball off. A loss of about 6 on the play. I've seen the wing tee for several years now, and there's just no doubt that that counter play requires a lot of practice. That's a tough one to execute. But when you do it right, it's a big play buster. That's not a bad play either. Brett Merritt straight ahead. 16 yards right through the middle. And that's good enough for first down number 7 for Nekoosa. Ball's at the 19 quickly to the line of scrimmage. Owen is going to throw it. Lots of time. Lots of room on this right side if he wants to run. Finds Cody Schmidt instead. Touchdown, Nekoosa.
Cody Schmidt for the touchdown.
Owen's 2nd touchdown strike of the day. Schmidt's 2nd catch of the afternoon. Nekoosa now on top 27-0 with 8:24 to play here in the first half. Boy, Owen just had a ton of time that time. And he made the best of it. He could have run that ball 20 yards for a touchdown as well. Before the kick, Byron is offside. So the kick, even though it went through, will not count. We'll have to do it again. They may assess that penalty on the kickoff. So again, the Papers line up for the extra point attempt. Owen puts it down. Savage kicks it through.
Savage with the extra point.
8:24 to play, first half. Nekoosa 28, Byron nothing. First time today, Savage kicking to the west. And boots it down to about the 5-yard line. Austin Carlson with it. Breaks out of there. Nice play by Colton Kokoka to prevent the big play. Carlson brings it back to the 38-yard line.
Tigers start on the 35.
Byron offense has sputtered thus far. Only 34 yards in offense. They have it now at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10. First man through. No, a quarterback kept the ball. And Byers short gain across the 35 to maybe the 36. Well, they're going to give him the 37 even. So 2 yards for Byers. Well, it's a long day if you're from Byron right now.
Short gain on the play, second down.
Probably a 3.5-hour trip up here. And not enjoying the game very much right now. And still 4 hours to get home. But it's a beautiful day for football or any other sport. Beautiful August afternoon. Pitch this time. Garbutt into the secondary. Inside the 40 down to the 35-yard line.
With the run.
Garbutt easily with the biggest play thus far in this game for Byron. 28 yards on the pickup and a first down. And Coach Jason Becker doesn't like it. He's going to talk to his defense. Timeout on the field. 7:30 to play here in the first half. So following the Nekoosa timeout, Byron 1st and 10 from the Nekoosa 35. Second man through. Big hole. A very big hole for Austin Carlson. He goes the distance.
Austin Carlson with a
35 yards.
For Byron.
Straight up the middle for Carlson, and Byron on the board. 7:23 to play here in the first, make that second quarter. So back-to-back runs of 20-plus yards for Byron. They might have found something against that Nekoosa D. Byron will attempt to kick the point. Number 21, Daniel Falconer, who also does the punting, will attempt to try. And he is perfect with that one. 7:23 to play. First half. It's now Nekoosa 28 and Byron 7. Daniel Falconer puts a foot to it. Short kick. Going to be fielded at the 20-yard lines. Can't quite pick out the number that time. Who was that? That was Brett Merritt with a return. About a 4-yard return for Brett. And Nekoosa with the football. Clock running for some reason. Should be running after a kickoff. But so be it. 7 minutes to play. Now it's stopped. I'm not sure what's going on out here. 6:55 to play in the quarter, though. Nekoosa 1st and 10. Colton Kakoka wrapped up.
Kakoka brought down by
number 20, Dylan Garbutt.
Second down.
Garbutt, of course, one of the running backs for Byron. He made that stop on Kakoka after a 2-yard pickup. That was amazing, though. Byron sputtering on offense, less than 40 total yards through about 14 minutes of this game, and all of a sudden back-to-back plays of 28 and 26 yards on the ground. Spread look this time. Owen in trouble, eludes one. He's going to go down, though, for a loss. Nekoosa sent 3 receivers out on the play,
Owen Lindfire scrambling,
but the protection broke down in a hurry. And now Nekoosa facing a 3rd and long.
3rd and long.
Little momentum shift here all of a sudden to Byron. See what Coach Becker comes up with here on 3rd and long. Everybody tight, man in motion. They run it. Merritt, flag on the play. Brett's got a first down, but I think it's coming back.
Merritt, the ball carrier.
Flag in the area
Carlson on the tackle.
where you typically see holding calls.
But there is a flag on that play. Holding.
And that's what it is. So a good run by Merritt, a good first down run by Merritt, nullified by the penalty. Going to set Nekoosa back inside their 20. Mark it off from the 24. Place the football at the 14-yard line. It's Nekoosa's first penalty today.
Repeat 3rd down.
And now, instead of 3rd and 12, Nekoosa facing a 3rd and 22. Spread formation, even the linemen with huge splits. Owen tries to set up the screen. That's not going anywhere. Base Byers comes up from his defensive back position and puts down.
There's a flag on that play.
The screen man, but there is a flag on that play as well. Let's check this out. They're talking to Byron, and they'll decline the penalty, which was a procedure penalty. Fourth down coming up for Nekoosa.
Penalty is against the Papermakers. Declined. That'll bring up fourth down.
So we see Brad Savage come on for the first time today as a punter now for the Papermakers. He'll be punting into a little bit of a breeze now. Two men back around the 50-yard line waiting for the punt from Savage. Nekoosa with a procedure penalty before the ball was snapped. Concentration wandering a bit now for Nekoosa. After an extremely clean first quarter, Nekoosa has struggled in the last, I'd say 3 or 4 minutes. Both sides of the football. So now the ball back to the 7-yard line. Savage punts from his end zone. Not a bad kick. Taken right at the 33-yard line, make that 34-yard line by Austin Carlson. And Byron with great field position deep in Nekoosa's territory. Plenty of time to play here in the quarter. 4:18 yet to play in the half. See if Byron can keep up that effective ground game. Two backs behind the quarterback. They go with the fullback this time. Tarek Tuttle with a good play. Short gain for Huddleston. Byron has been good. It seems like their big plays anyway, is when the second man, the halfback, gets the football behind Huddleston. Well, that time they ran the big fullback for about 3 yards. One receiver split left. And we get a flag and a procedure penalty coming up on Byron.
Penalty against the Tigers.
Tigers have had a few problems with procedure penalties. That's their fourth of the half. Clock running, or should be running now. It's running. 3:40 to play here in the half. There's the second man through, and there's the big hole again. And a battle put up by Austin Carlson. He's finally dragged down near the 20-yard line.
Carlson with a big run.
14 yards before Aaron Peckham can wrap him up. So what Byron's really doing there, I believe, is they're bringing the wingback in motion, and he's the man getting the football, following the fullback through the hole. It's been very effective play for Byron the last 3 or 4 minutes of this game. It's Saturday, of course, the 31st of August. All the other South Central Conference teams were in action last night on Friday night. Wisconsin Dells came up a winner, 27-22 over Lake Mills. Westfield demolished Montello, Princeton, Green Lake, 63-20. The other three teams lost last night. Fenimore defeated Mauston 24-14. Poynette topped Adams Friendship 32-6. And St. Mary's Springs beat Watoma 47-12. Thus far on the year, this young season, Westfield and Wisconsin Dells both 2-0. Of course, Nekoosa 1-0, looking for win number 2 here this afternoon. Adams Friendship now 1-1 on the year. Mauston and Wautoma are both 0-2 on the season. More football out here next Friday night here at Holland Field. Nekoosa will take on another non-conference opponent. They will host Poynette in a 7 o'clock ball game next Friday night, the 6th of September, here at George Holland Field. 3:12 to play in the half. 1st and 10, Byron. Pitch at this time to Carlson. Make that Garbett. And Garbett drags a few tacklers near another first down. And a Nekoosa player down.
Garbett, the runner, brought down by Tarek Tuttle.
Tuttle made the stop, but he made the stop about 8 yards downfield that time. Trent Layton, I believe,
We'll bring up 2nd and short.
was the injured player. He gets back to his linebacker position, though. 2nd and 2 now for the Tigers. Left side, first down yardage for Carlson, I believe. Yes, Carlson inside the 10.
Down by Kukulka. First down, Byron.
Gonna mark it at the 9. New set of downs for the Tigers. .210 to play here in the quarter and the half. Byron with 2 timeouts, I believe. Yep, the scoreboard says 2 timeouts remain for Byron. Right now, they're 1st and goal from the 9. Nekoosa needs to stiffen defensively. They don't. Tyler Huddleston roars his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Byron. Boy, has this game changed dramatically in the last few minutes. Nekoosa in complete control of this contest through about halfway through the second quarter. And now Byron looks like Nekoosa did in the first quarter. Bowling over the Papermakers. Have a chance now to pull within 2 scores. And Falconer pounds it through. 1:56 to play first half. It's now Nekoosa 28 and Byron 14. Ball in the air. Xavier Facente at the 20. Xavier looking for a hole. Doesn't find one. And a flag comes in. Another Nekoosa penalty coming up.
There is a flag on the ground.
And Xavier very slow getting up. As a matter of fact, he's not getting up. Xavier hit pretty low on that kickoff return. And he's probably got a little ankle problem right now. Timeout on the field, 1:49 to play in the half. So Xavier Facente off the field under his own power. I don't think we'll be seeing Xavier in this game again today, though. Penalty was a block in the back on Nekoosa. Ball marked back to the 12-yard line. The Papermakers 1st and 10. Cody Schmidt with the football, and he loses 3.
Cody Schmidt with the kick.
Nice play by number 11, Base Myers. Or make that Byers. Of course, Byers the quarterback offensively.
Lost a couple yards on the play, 2nd down.
It is just amazing how the momentum in this game has swung. Nekoosa moving the ball at will in the first quarter, struggling to gain positive yardage right now. 2nd and about 13. Good move, Brett Merritt out to the 20-yard line.
Brett Merritt brought down by Griffin Thatcher.
Brett did a nice job of avoiding a tackler right at the line of scrimmage that time. And he picked up 11. Still too short of that first down. Clock is running. We're under a minute. I'm surprised Byron hasn't used a timeout. They have 2 remaining. 3rd and 2. First down yardage, yes. Merritt puts his head down and gets 3 yards. And Nekoosa will move the sticks one more time before this first half ends. Nekoosa takes the timeout now. That's interesting. 35 seconds to play. That's Nekoosa's final timeout here in the half. Last thing you want to do is make a mistake right now. Personally speaking, if I was Coach Becker, I'd just run out the half, regroup, and come out for a strong third. But Coach Becker's got other ideas, and he uses that last timeout. Yeah, it's turned into a pretty nice afternoon. We got a little breeze now out of the west. And I think that's keeping the fans in front of us very comfortable, even though there's a lot of sunlight. I don't really see anybody sweltering in the stands. Pretty happy Labor Day weekend football crowd here at Holland Field. About the first afternoon ball game, regular season afternoon game I can think of in a heck of a long time here at Holland Field. Nekoosa has played afternoon games in the playoffs. Something different. Owen's going to keep it. Owen, good move. Still alive. Gets outside. He needs one more block. He's not going to get it, but a heck of an effort by Owen to get across the 40-yard line.
Brought down by Dylan Garbutt. First down, Papermakers.
19 yards for Owen. The clock stopped as they move the chains. 21 seconds remain. Nekoosa out of timeouts now. Clock running, under 20 seconds. Nekoosa in the huddle. And now we get a whistle. And I'm not sure what the whistle is. Maybe an equipment problem on the Byron side. Number 52, Nathan Getzelman. Need a little help on his helmet that time. Owen. 3 men out in the pattern. Almost picked off by Austin Carlson.
Ryan Lieber, the intended receiver. Pass incomplete.
By the receivers that time, I watched them go down the field. They were very hesitant. They just sort of wandered down the field that time. And Owen finally just took a shot. Second down. Owen over here on the sidelines talking to one of the Nekoosa coaches getting the play. I'm pretty sure Nekoosa is going to end up taking a delay penalty here. Well, maybe not. They still have over 5 seconds to get the play away. 4 seconds to play in the half, by the way. Owen looking for somebody. Anybody. Lets it fly. Cody Schmidt down the field. Actually, it was Lieber that almost made that catch. And incompletion brings the end of this first half. A lot of football action here at Holland Field this afternoon. We've got a pretty good ball game. Our score at the break, Nekoosa 28 and Byron 14.
shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling, every day I'm
Ladies and gentlemen, the Nekoosa High School cheer and stunt team.
Boy, we've got 2 more quarters of football coming up. Good game here today at Holland Field, 28-14, Nekoosa at the half. Statistically, Nekoosa, 157 yards rushing in that first half on 26 carries. Good day throwing the ball as well, as Owen is 6 out of 8 for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns. Again, 257 yards total offense for Nekoosa. Byron, well, they check in with 127 yards, all of that coming on the ground. That doesn't sound that super impressive, but I'll tell you what, the majority of that 127 yards came in the last 6 minutes of that second quarter. And Byron got on a roll. Cut a 28-0 deficit down to 14 points at halftime. Good news for Byron. They're going to get the football to begin the third period. Nekoosa on the field. And Brad Savage starts the half. Short kick fielded on the ground by Austin Carlson. So that's a dead ball right where Carlson caught it, which I believe is a 10-yard line.
Tigers will start on their 11.
Carlson might have been better off that time, letting that ball bounce once or twice and then picking it up and going.
Broadcast over public access. Let's see, Mondays at 8 p.m., Wednesdays 10:30 a.m., and Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Again, public access, Mondays at 8, Wednesday 10:30 a.m., and Saturday at 2:30 p.m.
Quarterback Base Byers over center. Hands it off to his fullback. It's probably Huddleston. Can't quite see it from here. Was that Huddleston? It was.
Huddleston, the ball.
Tyler takes it for a nice gain of about 7 yards. So again, Byron, which really couldn't get anything going offensively early in the game, all of a sudden got things clicking, and they look like they're going to click here in the third quarter as well. Huddleston again. First down yardage out near the 25-yard line.
Huddleston the carrier. Vicente in on the tackle.
Hey, how about that? Xavier Vicente back on the field for Nekoosa. Xavier went off the field in the first half with a knee or an ankle injury, but he's back out there. Xavier, the safety for Nekoosa. Defensively, the cornerbacks are Cody Schmidt and Colton Kokoka. The linebackers, Brett Merritt, Trent Layton, Tarek Tuttle, and Aaron Peckham. Boy, they're running that right side hard right now. That left side of Nekoosa's defense. Huddleston again with a carry.
Griffin Thatcher, the ball carrier. Aaron Peckham in on the tackle. Second down.
Aaron Peckham with a stop, a gain of about 3. There's only been 1 turnover in the ball game, that committed by Byron in the first half. First quarter fumble set up Nekoosa at the 16-yard line and led to the third score of the game for Nekoosa. Byers will throw it. Boy, he had a receiver out there. Wide open was Austin Carlson. And Byers just missed it. Break for Nekoosa. The incompletion leaves Byron now 3rd and long. Just underway here in the third period. Nekoosa on top, 28-14. Counterplay. Big hole, first down yardage out to the 35-yard line. Number 17, Austin Carlson.
Carlson again with the carry. Gerardo Gonzalez with the tackle.
Gonzalez made the stop, but another
First down.
set of downs for the Tigers. Nekoosa fans cheering on the defense, wanting them to stiffen a bit here, and they do here. Nice play in the backfield. Dylan Garbett had nowhere to go. Not sure if that was Tuttle. I think it was Tarek Tuttle that got in the backfield and made the play. Nice job by Tarek. That's the first negative yardage play for Byron in quite some time. Second and 14. Second man through is the tailback. Make that the wingback, and he loses the football. Brett Merritt with the recovery. Nekoosa has the football. Austin Carlson, hit by Brett Merritt, coughs up the football. Second turnover of the game for the Tigers. Big play there by Brett Merritt. Nekoosa first and 10 from the 37. Brett Merritt to the 35.
Brett Merritt, ball carrier, brought down by Trevor Watson.
Trevor Watson, 6'1", 210. Make that defensive end on the stop. Two yards on the pickup, 2nd and 8. Big hole for Merritt this time.
Merritt to carry again, brought down by Austin Carlson.
Carlson brings him down, but not till Merritt picks up 12 and a first down. Nekoosa has not scored in this game since the first quarter. I'll make that since early in the second quarter. But they're moving the football here, now on the 24. Merritt again, straight ahead over center.
Merritt carries it up.
Wyatt Caberly, Dylan Bauer leading the way. Short gain for Brett of about 3.
Brought down by Gentleman. Second down.
Crowd pretty quiet right now. See if Nekoosa can give them something to yell about. Brad Merritt with another good run, right side.
Merritt carrying the ball again, brought down by
Close to a
Byron.
first down. I think he's just short. And Nekoosa coming third and short here on near the 15-yard line. Merritt left side. Nice blocking on the left side of that offensive line that time. Merritt was not touched until he had the first down. Ends up down near the 10-yard line. Everything on the ground here for the Papermakers thus far in the second half. Owen. Straight ahead. Merritt, short gain this time. Boy, Brett Merritt sure has been the workhorse tonight. Or make that this afternoon.
Merritt brought down by Steer.
He was last week, too, for the Papermakers. I think he had, 26 carries or something last week. He had a boatload. .26 carries, 111 yards. I'm sure he's going to get up in the 20s again today when it comes to carrying the football. Merritt was also the leading tackler defensively last week against Amro. Brett Merritt Down near the 5-yard line.
Merritt again with the carry, brought down by Dylan Garbett.
Garbett made the stop. Looks like Nekoosa still about 3 yards short of that first down, 4 yards away from the goal line. .6:20 to play, third quarter. Nekoosa's done a good job of running some clock here in the third on this short drive. Owen tried to sneak through there with a sneak, but somebody in that front line,
Owen Lindfire,
number 62, I believe, make that
bring him fourth down.
52. Nathan Getzelman made a nice play. Let's see if Nekoosa goes here or settles for the field goal. I don't see Savage on the field. Nekoosa has a flying kicker in Brad Savage, but they're going to go for it here. Owen still has it. Not much out there. And he's going to be brought down short of the goal line. He's also short of the first down.
Gets brought down by Byers.
So Byers, the defensive back, comes up and puts down the quarterback, Linsmeyer.
They're going to take over on down.
And Byron gets the ball back with make that 5:21 to play here in the third period. I don't quite understand that decision. That field goal would have been big. Would have given Nekoosa a 3-score lead. Now the score is still 28-14 and Byron with it. They are a long way from the goal line, though. They're going to begin this drive right around the 5-yard line. Let's say the 4. Byers gives it to the first man. That's Huddleston. And the big fullback takes it across the 10 or up near the 10-yard line.
Brought down by Dylan Bauer.
Dylan Bauer on the stop after a 5-yard pickup. Everybody tight on second down. They run right. Huddleston again. Well, he's their man to go to when they need to pound out a few yards. And the big fullback picks up 5 more and a first down. Third first down for Byron here in the third period.
First down, Byron.
8th first down of the game for the Tigers. Byers still has it, and he's going to be swarmed under a short gain. Dylan Bauer in on the play, Tarek Tuttle in on the play, and Aaron Peckham in on the stop for Nekoosa.
Second down.
Second and 9 now for the Tigers. Got a slight wind at their back here in the third period. Heading west to east here at the Holland Field. Second man through. That's been the play tonight for Byron. This time a nice job as number 54, Geraldo Gonzalez, makes the stop on Carlson. Gain of about 2 on the play. Third down coming up for Byron. And a whistle for another equipment problem. So far, so good today for Nekoosa and the cramping problem we saw last week. Everybody good and healthy so far. And again, it's a very warm day. Those who brought umbrellas today are the wise ones. Keep some of that sun off you while you're enjoying the ball game. 85 degrees at game time. 3rd down and 7 now for the Tigers. They send one receiver wide right. Byers is going to look out that way. Down the middle. 3 Nekoosa papermakers around the receiver, but Austin Carlson comes down with the football. Big pickup for Byron. That hookup goes 22 yards. Make that 32 yards. That's the first completion of the day for quarterback Base Byers. But it came at a good time for Byron. Gets him out of trouble. Now Byron with great field position at midfield. Clock running, 3 minutes to play now, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10, Byron. Pitch, right side, Garbett. Short gain, 2 yards.
Garbett gets brought down by
Peckham in on the stop, along with Xavier.
Second down.
Facente. They're going to mark the football for a 1-yard gain. Nekoosa needs a stop here. Got to get that offense back on the field. We got to start chewing some clock and get that put-away score. Nice play here. Austin Carlson to the 45. Dylan Bauer on the stop.
3rd down.
He's the last to get up from that pile. 3rd down and about 6 coming up now for Byron. It's 4-down territory for the Tigers. We saw even back in the 1st quarter, Byron went on 4th down, needing 3 yards from their own 38-yard line. So I'm sure they're going to use 2 plays here if needed to get that 1st down yardage. They're going to need it. As Huddleston picks up about 3 of the needed 5 yards.
We'll bring up 4th and short.
Ball's at the 41. The Tigers need to see the 49-yard line to get a 1st down. Minute 20 to play 3rd quarter. See if Nekoosa can get some penetration here. 2 men in the backfield. Wing back on the right side, everybody tight. They run the fullback, and he's close. He may be short. Didn't get a real good mark on the far side.
Huddleston the carrier.
I think he's short. Needed to get to the 39, and that ball, I think, is just short of the 39-yard line. Sort of interesting football Byron uses, by the way, when they're on offense. From here, it looks like an old, faded football. Looks a little bit bigger than the one Nekoosa uses. Of course, each team gets to use their own football when they are on offense. Pull out the sticks, and they are short by a couple inches. Nekoosa's defense holds. So these 2 teams both run out of downs. Nekoosa first near the goal line, and now Byron, after moving the football almost 60 yards, runs out of downs against the Nekoosa D. Minute 4 to play 3rd quarter. We haven't had a score yet in the 2nd half. Three men in the backfield, this time behind the quarterback, Linsmeyer. Merritt bowls over a tackler, takes the ball up near the 48-yard line.
Gets brought down by Base Byers.
Base Byers made the tackle, but he paid for it that time. As Merritt lowered the shoulder and took Byers for another 3 yards. Second and 2. Ball at the 48-yard line. Merritt, no gain.
Merritt gets brought down by Connor Bunches.
Number 55, Ross Sealby in on the stop. And Nekoosa's going to let the clock run down. 15 seconds to play yet here in the quarter. And we're going to head on to quarter number 4. No scoring here in the third. We played 3. Our score, Nekoosa 28 and Byron 14. So Nekoosa facing a big play as we begin the fourth quarter. Third down and about 4, and they're not going to come close with that play. Boy, great penetration by Byron on that left side of their defensive line.
Greg Merritt runs into a bunch of Tigers at the line. Short loss on the play. Fourth down.
Fourth down coming up. Let's see if Nekoosa sends on the punt team.
And get your 50 tickets out.
I would think that would be the course of action here, and Brad Savage is on the field. Nekoosa still protecting that 2 touchdowns lead, 28-14. A lot of football to play out here at Holland Field. Brad hits a line drive. It's going to hit and bounce Nekoosa's way. Inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. So that exchange turns out very good for Nekoosa. I'm not sure how Austin Carlson didn't come up and catch that football. It would have saved his team probably about 15 yards.
How that happened, but that's what we got. Ticket number 547-187. 547-187. If you've got that ticket, bring it on up here to...
Byron, by the way, 32 yards total offense. Oh, excuse me, make that 71 yards of total offense in that third quarter. 32 of that coming through the air. Nekoosa with 44 yards of rushing offense in that third quarter. First down run takes the ball up to about the 14-yard line. Make that the 12-yard line. Colton Kokoka in on the stop. Byron needs some big plays right now. Clock is running, approaching the 10-minute mark. Nice play in the backfield. Number 54, Geraldo Gonzalez. Geraldo with a nice play. Limits the running back to no gain, maybe even a loss of 1.
Again, that ticket number
so quickly, Byron now facing a third and long.
187.
They run the football. Tarek Tuttle in the backfield. Spills the running back, Dylan Garbett, for a long loss. They're going to mark the football at about the 7, but a loss of 4, and the punt team comes on for the Tigers. Boy, this Nekoosa defense has stiffened a bit in the second half. Haven't given up a score, and now coming up with some big third and fourth down plays. Nekoosa should come out of this with pretty good field position. Colton Kokoka waits for the punt back at the 40. Bad snap, and the punter, Daniel Falconer, brought down in the end zone by Aaron Peckham. Safety, and Nekoosa puts 2 more points on the board. Boy, the Byrons have had some problem with the punt game today. It's a couple of bad snaps. It cost them there. 9:28 to play in this ball game. 30 for Nekoosa, 14 for Byron. So Daniel Falconer will punt the football this time without a rush. Put the ball back in play after that safety. Bad punt, but it takes a nice hop. Kokoka has problems picking it up. And it's going to be brought down eventually. Nice battle by Colton at the 47-yard line.
Nick Weindorf in on that tackle.
Weindorf on the stop for Byron. Byron plays in the Big Northern West Conference down in Illinois, again in the Rockford area. They finished 5-1 in conference play last year, tied with Rockford Lutheran for the league title. Other teams in that conference include Winnebago, Stillman Valley, Rock Falls, Mendota, and Oregon. And these are all Illinois schools. Colton Kokoka takes it across midfield down to about the 49-yard line. Overall, Byron finished 7-3 last year, and of course one of those wins a 28-14 victory over Nekoosa. Byron opens up their home season next week, taking on North Boone on a Friday night ball game. Of course, Nekoosa will be here at home taking on Poynette next Friday night. 3 home games in a row to start the season. That's something for Nekoosa. Colton. To about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup.
Third down.
Clock running, 8:30 to play.
Hunter 5K fun run walk.
Still a two-score game.
9 a.m. registration, 10 a.m. The run and walk begins.
Byron could tie the ball game with a couple of touchdowns and a couple of 2-point conversions.
Jill Dillon is the head of that benefit, so she'd be the person to try to contact.
But that safety did leave Nekoosa just a little bit of breathing room. The defense has come through here in the second half. They played well the entire game with the exception of the second part of the second quarter. Owen tried to get the football to, is that Cody Schmidt? No, it's Colton Kokoka. Incomplete is the pass.
Receiver pass incomplete, fourth down.
And fourth down coming up. That pass, of course, stops the clock, 7:54 to play. Fourth and about 6 for Nekoosa. Brad Savage on to punt it away. It's interesting seeing the other conference teams have some success early this year, especially Westfield. Well, they've won 2 games and they've scored a lot of points. Of course, it's hard to judge just how good they are based on their opponents. Base Byers dropped the football and then paid for it as Colton Kokoka threw his shoulder into him, brought him back down to the ground again.
Welcome the Nekoosa High School class of 1978. I hear we've got some alumni from 1978. Thank them and all of alumni to come back and watch the paper makers and support them to a win.
.746 to play as Byron puts it in play. Down by 16. Byers still has it. Looked like he was going to get outside, but Colton Kokoka made a nice play to trip up Byers.
And don't forget, again, public access.
Short gain, about 2 yards on the pickup.
All season long, public access broadcast Mondays at 8 p.m., Wednesdays 10:30 a.m., and Saturdays at 2:30 p.m.
Clock is running now, approaching the 7-minute mark. A few shadows falling on the fans here on the Nekoosa side. I bet you they like that right now. Second man through. Pretty good hole this time. First down yardage for Austin Carlson, up across the 45 to about the 46.
Carlson with the carry, brought down by Connor Allison and Gerardo Gonzalez. First down for Byron.
Going back to the conference, Watoma, a bit of a surprise to me. 0-2 after 2 ball games. Had quite a few kids back from last year, including their starting quarterback. I guess it takes more than just a quarterback to be a good, have a successful football program, right?
Ball starting at the Tigers.
Of course, Adams Friendship picked up their first win in a long time. In 2 years, I think. That was last week. They lost their ball game last night, so now they are 1-1 on the air. It's going to be an interesting conference season this year. Nekoosa out to defend their conference championship. They've had a conference championship outright or shared for the past 3 seasons. Carlson, good run, out near the 40. And we've got a player down for Byron. Nathan Getzelman down. He's getting to his knees, though. He's going to stay in the ball game. So Carlson's run brings it up to the 40. Second down coming up. About 6 yards to go for that first down yardage. 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Byers. Looking for a receiver. Got a man down the middle of the field. No, Cody Schmidt comes over and makes a nice play. Picks off the pass from Byers. Boy, Tyler make that Connor Bonchez looked like he had a step or two on the Nekoosa defense. But Cody Schmidt slid in from that defensive back position from the sideline to the middle of the field and made a nice pick of the pass by Byers. Third turnover today for Byron. That has not helped him, obviously. 2 fumbles and an interception now. Nekoosa has not turned the ball over today. That's always a key to a win. Hard to win when you turn the ball over. First down. Owen. Still has it. Finds a hole in the middle, takes it up to midfield. I really do believe Owen wanted to throw the football that time.
Scramble gets brought down by Trevor Watson.
But again, didn't have a whole lot of time to pick out a receiver. Trevor Watson on the stop for the Tigers. Wyatt Caberly over the football for Nekoosa. Counter play. Very little for Colton Kokoka.
They're down.
And quickly it's third down for the Papermakers. Two wingbacks, one of them in motion. That's Kokoka. He's got the football. Flag in the backfield. Colton is close to a first down. With a good effort, I believe he's got the first down. But again, the penalty is going to bring it back. That flag thrown by the referee, who was located behind the quarterback. And instead of 1st and 10, we're going to see a third down now in about 14. So penalties has not helped Nekoosa today. I believe that's their third holding call. Receivers left and right this time. Owen looks for Cody Schmidt. Can't find him, and it gets thrown out of bounds. Oh, over the table over there. The table might be a little close to the action, huh?
Linsmeyer gets taken out of bounds by Ross Steelby.
Almost ran over the former mayor of Nekoosa, too, Gordy Freeman. Gordy made a nice move to get out of the way. Holland was looking for Cody Schmidt that time, and Cody Schmidt just absolutely got wrapped up by their defensive back. With him stride for stride. Late man coming on the field for Nekoosa. And Brad Savage is going to punt it away on 4th down. Good punt. Carlson from the 22. Voids the first tackler, the second tackler, and finally brought down by Aaron Peckham with a little help from number 54, Geraldo Gonzalez.
Tigers will start on the 45.
So Byron gets it back one more time. 3:50 to play in the ball game. They're down by 16. Let's see if they start throwing the ball a little bit more. Nekoosa has a few players that look like they're being affected a bit by the heat. Can't blame them. Young men putting out a lot of effort on this warm afternoon. Player down for Byron with cramps, so timeout on the field, 3:50 to play. Injured player off the field, again, just cramps for the Byron player. 1st and 10 now, 3:50 to play. Carlson, oh boy, good tough run. Carlson flat out runs over one of the Nekoosa players, number 25.
Austin Carlson, the carrier. Xavier Vicente.
Matt McDonald took a blow there.
First down, Byron.
Carlson picks up a first down on about a 14-yard run. I tell you what, if Byron does that on every play, they won't have to throw the football and still get back in this game. Carlson again. Good blocking. About 7 yards, make it 6 yards on the pickup.
Carlson, the carrier. Gunnar Allison with the tackle. Second down.
Under 3 minutes to play now in the game. Again, everybody tight. Quarterback still has it. Byers, first down yardage inside the 30.
Base Byers with the carry, brought down by Brett
Inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. Brett Gersmal on the stop. And the quarterback Byers down, and this might be another incident of cramping. 2:46 to play, 30-14, Nekoosa. So the quarterback, Base Byers, was the injured player. Again, another incident of cramping. So we have a new quarterback in the ballgame now, number 23, Drake Ottenbaugh. And he hands it straight ahead to Huddleston. Tyler down inside the 20-yard line. It's going to be short of a first down. But Byron really moving the football now, late in the ball game. They're down 16, so they need a touchdown here, the 2-point conversion, then they need to get the ball back. And repeat that process. 2:10 to play. Byers back in the game, hands it off to Carlson. Carlson breaks out of there. He's got a first down all the way to the 10. Say, there's no quit in this Byron football team. They're young. They're playing hard.
First and goal.
And at times in this ball game, they're playing very well. Yeah, they still have 3 timeouts, too. I think I'd start trying to conserve a little clock if I was Coach Boyer. We're down to 1:45. They run the pitch. Ball's on the ground. Nekoosa recovers. Boy, the 3rd time today, Byron has put the ball on the ground. The 3rd time today, Nekoosa has picked it up. And that's going to pretty much wrap up this ball game. Nekoosa with the football and a 16-point lead, 1:50 to play. So Byron can stop the clock 3 times. It's going to be a tall task for them to score 2 more touchdowns in the next 1:40 seconds. Nekoosa trying to get Coach Becker his 2nd win of his head coaching career. Brett Merritt's been a large part of the success thus far for Nekoosa. He picks up 9 on first down.
Josh Larson.
And Byron lets the clock run. 1:25 to play. Had 42 points put up in this ball game in the first half. Only 2 points in the second half. That is safety. On a bad snap from the Byron center on a punt attempt. Owen letting the clock run down, watching the field judge. Nekoosa snaps the football with under a minute to play. No gain. Merritt right side. Byron sending a few new players or faces into the ball game. I think they're pretty much conceding this game to Nekoosa, just trying to get some more players in now. Probably one more play remaining. We're down to 30 seconds. Nekoosa just breaking the huddle now. Owen straight ahead keeps it. And he's got a first down, and that's going to do it.
Daniel Falconer.
So Owen reads the defense nicely there. Picks up about 5 or 6 when he needed 2. Clock has started. We're down to 10 seconds. And that clock is going to continue to run down as this ball game is history.
Ladies, that's the end of the game. Papermakers.
So Nekoosa and Byron, Illinois, match up for the second time in the history of these two schools.
Thanks for coming.
And now it's one game apiece as Nekoosa gets a little revenge on last year's loss. They're a 30-14 winner tonight or this afternoon over Byron. Nekoosa now 2-0 on the season. Of course, both of those games being non-conference games. Byron is now 0-1 on the football season. Interesting ball game today. A lot of scoring in the first half. Aaron Peckham started out for Nekoosa with a 9-yard run at the 8:04 mark of the first quarter. Brad Savage's kick made it 7-0 Nekoosa. 4 minutes later, Owen Linsmeyer hooked up with Cody Schmidt on a 60-yard pass completion for the Papermakers. The Savage conversion made it 14-0 at that point. Nekoosa wasn't done though in the first period. Brett Merritt, a 16-yard run at the 2:28 mark of quarter number 1. And the Savage kick made it 21-0 Nekoosa. Papermakers looked like they were in cruise control in the second quarter. Another touchdown pass, 20 yards, Linsmeyer to Schmidt. Made it 28-0. But then all of a sudden, Byron showed some life. At the 7:23 mark, Austin Carlson popped through for a 28-7, make that a 26-yard run. Daniel Falconer's kick made it 28-7 at that point. And then with 1:56 to play in the half, Tyler Huddleston scored on a 9-yard run. The Falconer kick made it 28-14 at halftime. The defenses controlled the ball game in the second half. No scoring from either offense. Nekoosa did put up 2 points though in the fourth quarter when Aaron Peckham tackled Daniel Falconer in the end zone on a punt attempt. That safety made it 30-14. Again, our final today here at Holland Field. Nekoosa back in action next Friday night. They'll be here in Nekoosa at Holland Field taking on Poynette. Should be another good ball game. Again, Friday night against Poynette. That wraps it up for us today. Thank you so much for listening. I want to thank Jim Allen. My name is Tom Kirst. Please join us again next time for Nekoosa Sports.